welcome back. So today's video is all about this look right here. We're gonna get this video started. Let's begin. When I saw this, I was like, oh, we need to create it like now. So obviously she is a different skin color than... So first thing is I'm gonna prep my skin. I'm gonna use this primer. Now this is an Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and this has SPF 15, so once I start putting it on, it looks a little crazy. Now this has like a hint of blueness to it. That is the SPF. Alright guys, so I have this brow filled in, and we're going to move on to this brow. There's nothing in it, and let me just give you guys a quick tip when it comes to my brows. So like I fill it in before I start my makeup, and then as I'm doing my makeup, I feel like I need to like go back in with the brow pencil. I'll go back in with the brow pencil, so it's like an everlasting mission. We're going to use the ColourPop brow pencil, and this is in black and brown. I love this. This has been my favorite product. I feel like it's been getting my brows like fleeky fleek. And then I start filling in the tail area. And I've been just doing really light hand on it at first, so kind of building up. Now the inner corner is always really tricky. Very, very light-handed with it at first. And then I start doing hair-like motions at the top. Now I want to make sure I blend it out with the spoolie so it doesn't get so dark all of a sudden. Now I'm just going to use some concealer. Now you can use any concealer you're using. I'm using the Hourglass Vanish foundation. I'm going to use a little bit of the concealer, and the color I'm using is Walnut. So after we apply the concealer, we're not done yet. We didn't blend it out yet. I like to take the brush that I use, kind of wipe it off with like a napkin or maybe anything you like to use to wipe it off. And then I'm going to go back in with that brush. This brush is from NYX if you're wondering. I'm just going to use this to kind of carve out that arch. So like I wish my brows would like arch like this. Like that would be so amazing. But it's not. Wasn't blessed in that area of my life. Okay guys, so I'm going to go back in with the ColourPop brow pencil. And if you ask where I like to stop the outer corner of my brow, I kind of like to angle my brush up to where my outer corner of my eye is, and that's where I stop. Okay, so next is I'm going to hop into my foundation. So I'm using the Hourglass Mineral Veil Foundation. So I did do a review video on this, and the colors that I got in the mail was a little bit too light for my skin. So when I did do the review video, I didn't apply it to my skin, I applied it on my eyes. So I took that video down, and I think the reason why that color didn't work for me because that color was a little bit too orange. But I honestly think the foundation range in this Hourglass foundation compared to their other foundations run a little bit more orange, or a lot more orange honestly, so I kind of have to work with it. You think it's gonna look a little orange when I apply it at first. I'm gonna warn you right now, you foundation attackers that like to attack people on their foundation, unfortunately I don't know why you like to do that, because if your foundation looks good after, it doesn't matter how it looks at the moment, because remember, foundation oxidizes into the skin and warm up to your skin tone. So the new colors I have is Walnut and Chestnut. I want to say thank you so much to Hourglass for resending me these colors. I really appreciate it. Walnut right here, and then this is Chestnut right here. So Chestnut I feel like blends in more in the skin. It's not as orange as Walnut, which is a little bit too orange, so I might use that on my eyes. But Chestnut we're going to use all over the skin, and then use this brush, which is from the Amazon collection, to blend it out. I think this color might be a little bit too dark for my skin, but the way this foundation looks when you apply it looks so great. It feels kind of a little bit, I'm going to be honest, it feels really hydrating on the skin when you apply it. So if you have more oily skin, you definitely have to set this foundation. So I'm going to use Walnut as a concealer under the eyes. So the neutralizing concealer we're using is something that's a bit more neutral, not too warm, a bit more cool tone, that's like equal neutral right there. So I'm using the Naked Skin Urban Decay concealer in dark neutral, and I'm going to apply this under the eyes. Alright guys, next is I'm going to go in with the Sacha Buttercup powder, and I'm going to use this to set my face first. So this is going to help to neutralize this. This is going to help to neutralize a lot of orangey tones that are coming from the skin right now. I'm going to take it on the skin first to set the skin all over. And this is the Hourglass Vanish foundation brush. Okay, so now that we're foundation on, oh my god, guys, isn't this like a flawless base? Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna dip into the Maybelline Fit Me. Don't you guys just love me? How do you guys put up with me? Like, I don't even know. So this is a Maybelline Fit Me powder in 320 Natural Tan. I like using this to set my eyes before I apply my shadow. So I'm using this Real Techniques, you know, the Delio 200 brush. All right, next is, so I don't look so crazy, I'm gonna go in with the Nubian by Juvias palette. Nikki Tutorials raved about this, and I was like, Nikki Tutorials like it? I like Nikki Tutorials. I'm going to try. So this is a palette we're using today. So the first shadow we're using is this like light brown shadow. It's actually really gorgeous, and I'm going to pop this in the crease of the eye. Then I'm going to pop into this darker brown shadow. I'm going to start applying it at the outer corner, then build it up more onto that lid area. I'm going to dip into my Anastasia. I know, I always dip in this. I'm just gonna dip into the orange shade in this palette if you're wondering. And you can use any orange you want. Then I'm going to use this liner from Sephora. I'm gonna create a simple liner. You'll see how simple it is. This look is so simple, but I love the colors I use, okay? So I'm gonna apply this really close to the lash line as possible. For my lashes, I'm going to be using the Red Cherry lashes in number 28. Yes, I've been obsessed with these lashes so much. Then I'm going to go back into the Nubian by Juvias palette. I'm going to go back in with that brown, that darker brown. I'm going to apply it onto my lower lash line. Then I'm going to head back into the Nubian 2 by Juvias palette, which is this palette right here, if you're wondering. I'm going to go into this green right here. Next is I'm going to use this Maybelline Full Spectrum eyeliner in nude. I've been obsessed with this. I wasn't going to use it for this look. You can use black also, but I feel like I want that bottom line to really pop. Then for my blush, I'm using this blush that is from Black Radiance. It's like my favorite winter blush or fall winter blush. It's called Toasted Almond. I'm going to apply this to my cheeks. For my highlight today, I'm using this highlight that's from Bobbi Brown. I'm not going to open it because it's like pretty much broken. Maybe I can open it and show you guys. Do you see it? Just going to go with my beauty blender to just not make it look so crazy. And the beauty blender really helps to blend it out a little bit. I'm going to use this highlighter stick that's from Glossier. Now this isn't Topaz. I'm going to use it to add a little bit more highlight to the cheeks. Oh, this color is gorgeous. So I'm going to head back into the green palette just to help you out. It's the Nubian by Juvias palette. We're focusing on the bottom part of the eye. It's going to really help that green pop. Very glowy. A little bit more dramatic than I was going for, but that's okay. So I'm going to apply mascara to my lashes to coat it. My bottom lashes. Alright, then lastly for my lips, I'm going to use this ColourPop lip color. Now this is a brown lip, and it's in Limbo, if you're wondering. Alright guys, so this is the final look today. I hope you guys enjoy this look. I love the Hourglass foundation, the Vanish foundation. So let me know if you guys have tried it down below. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you're subscribed, okay? And I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.